Hi everyone, so today I want to share the details about the Hammer of the Ember build because there are lots of the people want me to share the details about this build, talents, gears, and also the hero trait, anything else. So before we share this build details, let's go for the damage test first. So you can see in here I can do the 100 million damage in the 1 second very easily, and that means I got a huge amount of the damage. And for this damage, I mean it's not doing in the low budget, and I got quite a high budget on this build. I used it around 1000 of the 200 FE to make this build, and this build just copying other people build guide, so you can search this on the YouTube and other YouTuber, and I think there are lots of the people also playing that. And so for the gears, the most important and the expensive one is this weapon. This hammer is so expensive. For each one in the market, you can find it for those mod in around 500 to the 600 of the FE each one. And that's mean for these two weapons, I invested around 1000 and to the 1000 what 200 FE is very expensive, but I got a rational choice for you guys later on if you want to pay it in the low budget. But I'm not sure is that very powerful because when I played this build, I just finished this weapon and play, but not to play in the low budget. Yeah, I just save a lot of the FE to play this. And yeah, for those rank, not very surprising. Life resistance, life regen speed, not very surprising. The one important thing is you need to craft this mod -5 skill cost, because when our mana is 0, how can you use the Hammer of the Ember with the 0 mana? One thing based on the rank, -5 skill cost, and the other one is the talents. In the talents, we can get the -10 attack skill cost, and that's and also combined with the rank -5, we can do the 0 cost mana of using this build. So we can very easily know any mana cost with this skill. Yep, for the belt, I'm focused on the defenses because you can see here, I'm doing a lot of the damage, a huge amount of the damage, and I want to put more investment on my defenses. So get some lives, regen life per second, resistance, and this is very cheap one. I think I don't remember how much for buying this one, but yeah, very cheap one. And the boss is worth to mention that you need to get a maximum lives, and also a huge amount of the strength. You can see here, it's quite a great boost for me. And so for the gloves, not very surprising, and very important thing is you need to get at least 140% of this mod, but not finding some mod which is 100% or 120%. is not worth that. Please find at least 140%. And yep, if you can get more attack speed and also very good. And for the amulet, the neck, you need to focus on the one thing is this one critical strike rating per special armor, and you need to find out is the +4 but not the -4, or the only looking for the +4. Okay, I think it's quite cheap in the market. And yep, so for the helmet, you cannot using this unique helmet, and also just craft the helmets by yourself for more strength and the life resistance and the life regens. But for me, I'm lazy to do that, and I think this helmet is very good. And one thing I focus on is to get the max of the strength, and also you can find out the 4% of the skill area per 100 strength, and it's very comfortable for doing most of the things like the bosses, mapping, especially for the mapping. And for the armor, you need to find out is the regens life per second, maximum life, and strength. Especially very important thing is the percentage of the strength. And yep, this build is very easily to build up the resistance because we are not getting infinities. We can get a lot of the resistance in the ring, belt, body armor, and yeah, the boost you can also get the resistance, but just depend on yourself. And you can see here I got quite a perfect resistance right now, and very tanky. And also I got a brand, yeah, 6,000 of the lives, but in the real case I just get around more than the 5,000 of the lives, because yeah, some of the lives is get a cost to the ore. And yeah, so let's see about the skills. I'm not going through the details about that, and I will just stop every screen for 3 seconds. So that's all for the skills, not very surprising, right? And let's see about the talents. So yeah, that's all for the talents, and let's see the hero traits. And the last one is I think most of the people would like to asking me is the pets. And for me, I'm not put a lot of the money in this game, so I got only some bad pets in this game, and like this. So I'm not using some pets with increasing a lot of the damage, and yeah, I'm just using the Happy Chunky and this one for make sure I can get more juicy in mapping. And I think it's very good for everyone because I think both of you got those two pairs right. Alright, and yeah, I'm always to use this one. And yeah, so that's all for this build. And yeah, one thing is the alternative, the rational choice for this weapon, if you feel very expensive, is the steel. I'm not exactly know how to spell it, but yeah, this one and this one. I mean, that's quite expensive, right? 70 FE, but yeah, at least you need to get this. But if not, please do this build because this build actually not very friendly in playing the low budget, I think, because the damage will be very bad, I guess. I mean, not very good. And if you compare with the wide range, but if you enjoy this one and if you play it for, oh, this one is so cool, and yeah, you can do it and with these two first, and after you got more budget, you can swap with this weapon, and yes, I mean at least 500 FE. And so let's have conclusions of this build. This build not designed by me, so I'm just copying other people, and you can find a lot of the Hammer of the Ember build guide in the YouTube. And yeah, for me, I think this build is very powerful in the high budget. I mean, the high budget is more than the 1000s of the FE. And maybe some people would like to think that it's a middle budget, not a very high budget. Yeah, but yeah, for me, it's a quite high budget because I'm quite poor. And the one powerful thing of this build is I can do a huge amount of the damage, and also I can get the very juicy, very perfect in the defenses. So you can see here, I got more than 5,000 of the lives. I got a perfect, quite a perfect resistance, and also I got a lot of the armor, and yep. I mean, when I do playing this build, I'm die for very few times, and while in the boss scenes and mapping, because I'm very tanky and my damage is huge amount. That means those monsters having to attack me and then they dead. But if you play in the low budget, I think it's not very good. But yeah, just my fault. But you can also to try it. And yeah, if you have any questions about this build, feel free to comment on below. And yeah, I will do the stream in this weekend, I guess. So if you have other questions, also can feel free to ask in the stream. And yeah, see you guys in next videos and the streams in this weekend.